spring is real. This footage is real. What happened is still unexplained. In the summer of 1955, in a quiet forest in Georgia, a hidden spring glowed with an otherworldly blue light. It was a place known only to locals, a natural wonder that whispered secrets through its shimmering surface. Tourists occasionally stumbled upon it, taking photographs and admiring its strange glow. But on this particular day, two Navy men, Donald and Murray, stood by its edge, staring with more than curiosity. They weren't there to sightsee. Both men were dressed in civilian clothes, blending in. They carried with them old duffel bags filled with diving gear, their faces serious and focused. Murray, the older of the two, dropped his bag with a thud and said, "No one's been down there in years." Donald replied, "Let's make history then." They began unpacking their gear. Old fabric diving suits, air tanks, flashlights, and a rope to tether themselves to the surface. Everything looked worn, as if it had seen many dives before. Murray tied the rope to a tree and began securing it to his waist. Donald checked the tanks carefully. The equipment was outdated but functional. With a nod to each other, they began suiting up. It was a slow process, pulling on the thick canvas suits, strapping the heavy tanks, clipping on their belts. The sunlight filtered through the trees above, casting shifting shadows on the glowing surface. The spring seemed to call to them. Donald tested his flashlight. It flickered, then steadied. Murray chuckled. "That thing better not die down there." Donald replied, "I'll go first. If it's safe, you follow." The two men approached the edge. Donald slowly stepped in, the water rising up to his chest. Murray followed, gripping the rope with one hand. Without a word, they both submerged, bubbles rising as they descended into the glowing depths. Donald and Murray hover in silence, suspended in the dim blue glow of the water. Their flashlights cut through the darkness, but the cave seems to stretch endlessly. Donald looks to Murray, who nods silently. They push forward, deeper into the unknown. Suddenly, a powerful current rushes through the passage. Donald is slammed into the wall, scraping his arm. His flashlight tumbles into the abyss. In the chaos, he hears Murray shout, but it's quickly drowned by the roar of the water. The current subsides. Donald floats alone, disoriented. The light from Murray's torch is gone. He shouts Murray's name, but only silence answers. The cave is darker now, and something feels off. Donald slowly swims forward, heart pounding. His remaining flashlight flickers. Shadows twist along the rocky walls. Then he spots something. A faint outline, unmoving, deeper in the shadows. As he approaches, the figure becomes clear. It's Murray. His body floats in place, limp, his eyes wide open. Donald freezes. He whispers, "Murray?" But there's no response, just the eerie silence of the deep. Donald reaches out, trembling, and touches Murray's suit. Cold, no pulse. But then Murray's head jerks slightly, eyes still wide. Donald gasps, pulling back. Was it real, or just the movement of the water? Without warning, Donald's flashlight dies. Total darkness. Panic sets in. He fumbles for his backup light, hands shaking. When the beam returns, Murray's body is gone. Donald spins around, searching. The water is murky. He calls out again, voice cracking. In the distance, a faint light blinks, then disappears. He swims toward it, unsure if it's real or imagined. Suddenly, a figure darts past in the shadows. Donald follows, heart racing. The tunnel narrows. He squeezes through a tight passage, scraping his gear. Just ahead, an opening, glowing faintly blue. He bursts into a chamber, expecting to find Murray, but it's empty. The glow comes from strange formations on the cave walls. Donald floats, breathing heavily, alone with questions and rising fear. Behind him, the passage suddenly collapses. A low rumble echoes through the chamber. Donald turns, trapped. He tries not to panic. He checks his air supply, less than half a tank. He knows he has to find another way out. Just then, lights appear in the distance. Two divers in modern gear emerge from the shadows, rescuers. Donald waves frantically. They approach, signaling for him to follow. He nods, his relief barely hiding the fear still clinging to him. The group moves through tight, twisting tunnels. One rescuer looks back at Donald, raising a hand as if to say, "We're almost out." But the passage seems different now, more narrow, unfamiliar, almost alive. Suddenly, Murray appears ahead, floating upright in the water, motionless. The rescuers pause, unsure. Donald reaches out, but as they get closer, Murray's figure fades, like a shadow that never existed. Now deeper in the cave, the four divers hover in silence. Two in old suits, two in modern gear. Their lights scan the twisted walls. The water is thick with silt. There's no sign of escape, just the deep, humming stillness of the underground world. A low vibration passes through the cave walls. The divers freeze. One of the rescuers taps his light. It flickers. Then, a faint sound, like a whisper carried through the water. Donald turns, eyes wide. "Did you hear that?" The light vanishes. Darkness swallows them. Donald reaches for the rescuer's arm, but feels nothing. He spins in place, alone again. The cave groans like it's breathing. The silence presses against him, deafening and suffocating. Everything fades, light, sound, thought. Only darkness remains. The cave settles back into stillness, as if nothing ever happened. No air bubbles, no movement, just the deep, undisturbed quiet of the spring. Murray's body was never recovered. Donald, too, was never seen again. The spring was closed off, declared unsafe. But divers still whisper about the place, about the lights, the voices, and the things no one can explain. Story by Plot Twist Tales. Inspired by true events, forever lost in the deep. Subscribe for more stories that will haunt your mind.